For my first video blog, I chose to discuss the topic of catfishing. I think in recent years, especially as social media platforms have become more popular and online dating has grown, the idea of catfishing has become a lot more common, especially after the Catfish show of MTV became really popular, and the term catfishing refers to a person who is intentionally deceptive when creating social media platforms and profiles, often with the goal of making romantic connections. In an article we discussed in class by Scientific America, it said that 6% of internet users who are in a marriage or other committed relationship met online, which grew from 2005 when it was only 3%. I think that there's definitely less of a negative stigma surrounded by meeting somebody online. And personally, I even know friends who use the apps as Twitter, Bumble, and Tinder and stuff to meet people. But with the increasing popularity of this, I think it also leaves a lot of room for people to deceive them online. Me personally, on all my social media platforms, I'm private. Because I do know that I do know friends who have had people follow them on Instagram or add them on Facebook, and they'll be talking to them for weeks and they don't know the person. And the article also discussed the person who created the show Catfish. He was actually catfished himself. And it also discussed that 59% of internet users feel like online dating is a good way to meet people. It also talked about what that I thought was interesting was that people, even like myself included, will use Facebook, and I only post like with the good photos of myself, but you really don't know who, if somebody friends you on Facebook, it could be somebody that's not really them. And I think that it's always important to be cautious online whenever you're talking to anybody. Don't give out too much personal information, because you really don't know if it's them unless you've met them in person. And I just think that everybody should be really aware and cautious of what they post on social media, and know that anybody can see it. We also discussed when the guest speaker came that pretty much doing a search on anything, you can find any information about somebody, which is kind of creepy at the same time. But yeah, anyway, I thought that the idea of catfishing is new, and it just is interesting and a little creepy to me.